Today, I kindly ask for your attention to a place called Hong Kong across the Pacific. Recently, the Hong Kong authorities sentenced 45 defendants ranging from 4 to 10 years in prison on the charges of subversion for organizing a primary election for the legislature, which over 600,000 Hong Kongers voted in the primary election. The total population of Hong Kong is approximately 7 million. If an open and fair election with 10% of the voting age population has voted, those who are really guilty are those who don't allow such an election. The court claimed that if they were elected into the legislature, the power and authority of both the chief executive and the government would be greatly undermined, which would necessarily amount to a serious interference in disruption of or undermining of the performance of duties and functions in accordance with the law by the Hong Kong SAR's body of power, subverting the state power. But wasn't the authority of the government mandated by the people? People are the sole shareholders of the state. If people want to, they have every right to change and abolish a system of government, especially when the government was going against the people's will. The people in power should be removed from office. We are in the 21st century, an era of information and communication technology. But the outdated idea of the divine right of governments is still rooted on the earth. The Hong Kong Authority has stated clearly that the Hong Kongers are subject to the authority. Can you imagine someone who is not related to you suddenly popping out and forcing you to do something you don't want to? In common sense, that's a crime. Then why would it be acceptable when the government, who is fed by the taxpayers, can control the people against their will by force and fear? Can you believe that primary election is a severe crime? In the US, we believe that government officials should be chosen by the people. The government should be afraid of the people who voted for them. The people should not be afraid of the government. The verdict by the Hong Kong Authority not only convicted the 45 activists, but also convicted hundreds of thousands of voters in Hong Kong and all the people who want to be represented in the government. It is an overt attack on democracy. The Chinese Communist Party claims that their system is democracy with Chinese characteristics. I agree that there are different types of democracy. Constitutional monarchy is democracy. Presidential democracy is democracy. Parliamentary system is democracy. But if one-party dictatorship is democracy, burghers no longer need fun and meat to be burghers. The CCP reactions to the primary election in Hong Kong is the greatest evidence that the CCP is not democratic at all, and there is no way that we can blame an election since bullets cannot kill anyone physically like bullets that the CCP used to shoot Hong Kongers. This sentence itself is totally political persecution. You might ask, if I were not running for a campaign, would an autocracy have anything to do with my life? Unfortunately, the answer is yes. One of the defendants in this case is the father of my friend from school in Hong Kong. After the sentencing, my friend called me for more than 3 hours to talk about his frustration. I want to ask about my friend who is a teenager and his father who wants to serve his people. What kind of crime they have committed that they are going to be forced to be separated for years? Political persecution under the CCP's dictatorship is closer to ordinary people than we think. I was taken away and interrogated by the National Security Department in Hong Kong after I posted against the Chinese Communist Party and its supreme leader Xi Jinping at age 15. I was forced to flee to this country 2 years ago alone. If the government is not of the people, for the people, and by the people, people's rights to express themselves would not even be tolerated. Jimmy Lai, a 74-year-old man, was chained like this because he read newspaper reporting about things that the government does not want people to know about and advocate for the people of Hong Kong. Jimmy Lai is a Catholic. He was forbidden from the Lord's Supper in jail, and the health condition of this old man is declining because he has been denied proper treatment of diabetes. He is jailed alone in a jail cell for 23 hours a day. If the Hong Kong authority is right, why are they afraid of the body and blood of Christ? Why don't they let the people's judgment, but not torture, to be his extra punishment apart from imprisonment? Therefore, I ask all of you who are listening to have eyes over Hong Kong. Free Hong Kong!
Free Hong Kong!
Free my candidate!
Free my candidate!
Free Jimmy Lai!
Free Jimmy Lai!
Thank you.